All right, traders, hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a few things, right? First of all, we're going to talk about the US dollar and where do we believe that the US dollar might be heading, right? So strap on your seat belts because it's going to be a wild ride, right? So the first thing we're going to we're going to look at is the DXY, right? And if you remember last week when I uploaded a video on the DXY, I reckon price was trading around these levels, right? And we were talking about the retest of this channel's resistance before looking for a or looking at a possible pullback to this previous high, right? This previous high right here, which now confluences with the weekly pivot, right? I'm still waiting for that pullback in order to, to send more signals to buy the US dollar. I really don't feel comfortable buying the USD at these highs, right? Because it seems that the previous week's highs are capping the bullish move on the USD, right? So I believe that it's the highest probability trade to wait for that pullback to this zone right here before executing more buys on the USD. All right, so that's what we are waiting for on the US dollar, right? And because also it is very choppy at this time, right? Now, the other scenario would be a massive surge in bullishness or buyers here and a clean break of these highs. Now, that would trigger more buys on the US dollar. In any case, I will be prepared to send you guys that signal to buy the USD. Either if we break with the highs and retest the highs, right? Or if we, in fact, pull back to this power buy zone. So that's the US dollar for the very beginning of the week. And we're going to look at gold. Now, gold is trapped and it's super choppy at the moment, as you can see right here. Okay, and the upside in gold right now is being capped by the weekly pivot again, as you can see right here. Now let's have a look at the previous 2 weeks ranges in gold. So this week had a 367 pip range, and the previous week had a 255 pip range, right? It was an inside week, and right now we are trading another. Well, right now the range, this week's range is still an inside week. So the previous week, this one right here, was an inside week of the previous week, right? And right now we are trading inside of the previous week's range. Now, I believe that you all understand me, right? Inside candles, this is a weekly candle, in fact. This is the previous week's candle, and this is the weeks before. So we had an inside candle the previous week. And this is important. Why? Because inside candles, right? Inside candles are continuation, not continuation patterns, but they could be, in fact, or the highest probability to trade when you see an inside candle is with the trend. And the obvious trend right now is up, right? So we had that push to the upside from this week's lows to this week's highs, and then we had a chop mess, right? But that chop mess created an inside weekly candle. That inside weekly candle tells us that the upside in gold is very much plausible. More so because we are printing flat lows, and right here on my oscillator, we are printing lower lows. This is a clear bullish divergence, right? Everything points out at a continuation in gold. But the thing about this is where to buy gold, right? Now, that I cannot tell you. because there is absolutely no setup yet. And yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable trading gold above or buying gold above or on the break of the previous high, because we have the previous week's high capping that upside, right? And if you notice, if we get an entry here, right, and let's say our stop loss is all the way down here, this this zone is way too short for a continuation. So in my opinion, this zone right here between the previous week's high and the week before needs to be cleared in order for gold to really continue to rally, right? And this is, this is only reading candles at the moment. As you can see, I'm not doing any technical analysis whatsoever. I'm just reading candles and reading weekly price ranges, right? But if you want, why don't we do some analysis, some technical analysis? Let's draw some lines on the chart, right? Let's have a look at some long-term and mid-term structures in pricing gold, right? So here we go. Let's have a look, right? So I don't know. I really haven't looked at this chart so much in the sense that it's really not appealing to be trading gold at the moment, right? But I'm going to do this with you. Actually, why don't? Yeah, why don't I? All right, so let's say that this is the actual structure in the market with this high and the previous week's high. Or maybe we just grab the midterm structure right here. This looks a lot better, all right? So if we grab the midterm structure, which are these highs, these two highs connected, as you can see right here, these two highs connected on the top left of my screen, we have a retest right here at the previous week's high, right? The only thing that I can see is price compressing and compressing and compressing inside a flat triangle, right? This flat triangle action, compressing and compressing. This is also a continuation pattern. So we have three triggers on the long side. Not three triggers, not three triggers, I'm sorry. But three correlations in different aspects in price, right? We have the inside candle, inside weekly candle, right? We have the obvious higher highs, higher lows. We have that contraction right here, which is the correlation, the continuation pattern. And also we have that bullish divergence, which is a hidden bullish divergence, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, everything points out at a surge in prices in gold, right? Just on a technical basis, right? Just on a technical basis. More so, let's go to the daily chart, shall we? If we go to the daily chart, people, you can see that the downside, the upside in gold, the upside in gold is also being capped by this very strong level. This is a massive level that buyers are going to have a lot of trouble breaking with. This is, I believe, why we are seeing a lot of chop here. This is why we are seeing a lot of chop. But that inside candle, that weekly inside candle is what makes me look at the upside in gold. Also, we have that level to the downside, capping the downside in gold. And if we look at historic price action, this is back in April 2020. A price spent a lot of time trading inside of this range before it surged to all-time highs. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but let's look again at the structure analysis, right? If we look at structure on the daily basis, we clearly have broken with this with this long-term bearish structure, right? We clearly have. Again, it's not a clean break in the sense that we got rejected and capped by that 1745 level, 1740 to 45 level, but it's looking pretty good for bulls. at the moment. Again, this is just a possible scenario. By no means this is a signal to buy gold at the moment. But once that the setup develops, I will send the the signal to the VIPs. And if you want to get that signal, just click on the link below and subscribe to the VIP team, right? So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.